Y'all, I would literally cringe every time I heard someone say,
"How you gonna get a man you don't even know how to cook?"
Hey everybody, it's your girl Nijah and I am back with another video. So in this video, like other videos that I've done, I'm being very transparent with y'all. And I'm saying to myself, I don't even know why I put this eyeliner on, because I feel like the tears are gonna get ready to flow any minute now. But if they do, they do. Okay. The title of this video is Use What You Have, literally. Now, let me go back to about 8-9 years ago. The Lord laid it on my heart to do a segment entitled Cooking with Nijah, where I would share different recipes and what have you. Now here's the thing, I don't even know how to cook, but yet the Lord gave me this idea for Cooking with Nijah, and I let it lie dormant. I didn't really do anything. Like, I shared other people's recipes, but then I didn't really share my own food. Like, every once in a while I did, like maybe 2 or 3 times out of the year. And then when I did share it, it wasn't like any like down home stuff, because I'm a single woman. I just do basic cooking enough for me, and I'm good with that. Like, if I ever want down home cooking, I always go to my mom's crib, go and get me a piece of fried chicken, some macaroni and cheese, and all the fixings, all that other good stuff. Like, learning how to cook just wasn't an interest to me. Like I said, I did okay for myself, and I was okay with that. But every time someone asks me, so do you know how to cook? I would just literally cringe. But more importantly, more than what other people said, God had laid it on my heart, like I said, years prior, to do this segment called Cooking with Nijah. I sat on it, ain't do nothing with it. Just letting it lie dormant, not listening, not being obedient. So I bought the air fryer back in January or February of this year. I didn't start using it until, June? Just about less than 2 months ago. And I gotta tell you, since I started using it, like, I have such a joy of learning how to cook. I have such a peace, like I have such a zeal to want to learn. And more importantly, I'm literally using what I have. For the longest time, I did not want to cook in my kitchen, because I felt like, I looked at other people's videos and I'm like, they have the pretty, granite countertops, they have stainless steel appliances, and my kitchen is old. It's not, I don't have stainless steel appliances. I don't have the latest light fixtures and all this other kind of stuff. But when the Lord wants your attention and you're not doing what he say do, you will get jacked. And I'm laughing, but needless to say, I got jacked. He really laid it on my heart. And in other words, to say, like, who are you to tell me what you don't have or what's not good enough? You have a kitchen. Some people don't even have a place to stay. So what? It's not a brand new stove. Some people wish they had a stove. So when I looked at it like that, I was just like, okay, God, forgive me. So then I unboxed the air fryer and I started using it. And like I said, ever since I started using it, I have such a joy of doing it. I have such a joy of looking up recipes, trying different recipes, because I feel like that I can. And then I think about David in the Bible. They looked at him like he was crazy when he was getting ready to go fight Goliath. David's this little shepherd boy, this little shoddy whatever. And yet he going up there to fight some giant, and he looked unprepared. He didn't look together. And I thought about that in terms of myself. Like, I was feeling like, oh, well, I'm not gonna look together. I'm gonna look like, well, who she thinks she is with this old shoddy kitchen or whatever. But baby, just like David slayed that Goliath, that giant that was in front of him, to God be the glory. I'm slaying this giant of cooking that was in front of me, and I'm just so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful, because the lesson I learned is use what you have. You may feel like you don't have the latest car, you don't have the latest camera, the latest clothes, whatever it is, looking at other people. But use what God gave you, and don't you dare look at yourself and compare yourself to other people, number one. And then two, look at it like, well, God, how can this be enough? If God gave you the thought, if God gave you the idea, if God gave you the vision, then just start where you are. One day, I may have the kitchen of my dreams, but for now, this is where I'm starting from. What I did was I cleaned up my kitchen nice, got me a nice little setup, and when I tell y'all I'm content, I get so much joy going into my kitchen now and just trying different recipes and showing y'all what I made and taking my pictures. And I know y'all probably like, girl, if you sent another picture. But I'm telling you, I'm just so grateful because, like I said, when the Lord puts something on your heart, do it. Don't look at what other people got, wishing that you had it. You don't know if it's theirs or not. And even if you don't know, that ain't none of our business. Our business is to do God's business. And God's business is whatever he laid on your heart. So again, don't feel like you got to have a whole bunch of stuff to get started. If you gave you the thought, if you gave you the idea, then just take that leap of faith and just go for it. And as I'm saying that to you, this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I told y'all, my kitchen ain't the most up to date, up to par, whatever. But when the Lord jacked me up and said, use what you have, don't worry about all that other stuff. Okay, God, I hear you loud and clear. Because I don't want God to take his blessings away from me. If we don't do what he said, then he'll find somebody else to bless. And I'm just like, Lord, I don't want that. I want all the blessings that you have for me. So I have to be obedient. I want us, my YouTube family, or anyone who comes across this video, I want you to experience the fullness of God's blessings, because I know I do too. So I hope you are encouraged by this video to start whatever assignment God has laid on your heart. I want to say thank y'all so very much. I know if you got some Kleenex, I'm sorry, just go ahead and get you some Kleenex. We're going to be all right. I encourage you to come back, check out my future content, my future videos, because y'all, listen, remember, I'm a single lady, okay? I'm learning how to cook delicious and nutritious meals made for one and made in love. See you in the next video.